Hello, fellow translators. Today we're going to tackle how much you should charge as a freelance translator and how much you should, therefore, get paid. So let's get into this. We're going to start off with the price quote. The price quote is usually what the client asks for the initial job or for whatever job they have. They ask you for an initial price quote. And so how are you supposed to quote it? My recommendation is always to quote it as the client requests it. What does this mean? Well, it means that if they want a quote per word or per sentence or per page or per hour for the whole project or whatever it might be, to quote it in that sense. Because if they want a price for the whole project and you give them a price per word, then you're giving them a calculation that they might not be willing or even able to make themselves. And so you want to make sure that your quote follows their guidelines. However, this might make it a bit difficult for you because you need to calculate your quote. So we're going to get back to this actually, because we need to figure out how to calculate the quote first before you quote it to the client in whichever way they want. So let's figure out how to do that. The calculation when you're dealing with translation is pretty much always based on word count. There are exceptions, and it also depends on certain countries and places like this. In Italy, very often they use caselle, which is a completely different thing. But when you calculate your own price quote for your own purposes, it's almost always based on the word count. If you want some general prices per words, you can go to this website here or just Google pros.com and rates, I guess. And anyway, this should pop up. And then you can do a search based on the language combination and based on the specialization, etc. In my experience, these prices are sort of on the high side, but at least it can sort of give you some basis. You can also ask around on the forums. The pros forums are great. You can also ask around on LinkedIn and stuff like that on what they think the price per word should be. Remember that the price per word isn't just what's quoted, like say 8 cents per word, 10 cents per word, whatever it might be. It can depend on a lot of X factors, such as, first of all, the language pair. Let's face it, if you have a very rare language pair, then the price is likely to be higher than not. It also depends on the subject matter. If it's, very technical in nature or say medical or something like that, there's certain subject matters that cost more than other ones. It also depends on the format. If they give you some image and you have to parse the text from it, or if it's handwriting and it's difficult to read or whatever it might be, this can definitely raise the price. And definitely it depends on the timeline. If it's a rush job, or if you have to work even over the weekend or over the holiday or something like this can definitely affect the price. The size can affect the price. So what do I mean by that? I mean the volume. So if you need to translate 2 pages versus 2,000 pages, the price per word might change. Now, be careful about this though, because a lot of clients will try to say, oh, because there's such high volume, give us a lower price per word. On the other hand, you still need to translate each and every word correctly, no matter what the volume is. So take that with a grain of salt. Very often what they'll say is this is a small job, but we have a lot more coming in the future. So, quote your price accordingly. No, you just do it based on the job at hand. But it's still something you can take into account, especially if it's size. If it ends up having a lot of repetitions or something like that, then that can work in your favor. And so keep that in mind when you're calculating as well. And obviously any ancillary work. If they need you to format stuff when it's done, they say, okay, we need this in a chart, or we need you to make this into PDF, or we need you to do this, that, and the other. Put the signatures on as in the original or whatever it might be. This is extra work, and so you can charge extra for this. So by all of this, I'm saying that the initial price is a price per word, but then it can vary slightly or a bit more based on all of these factors. And last but not least, also personal preference. Maybe it's a client you really don't like or something along those lines, and so you wish to quote a bit more. Or maybe it's a client you really like, so you want to give them a discount, and you're happy to work with them. So take that into account as well, because why not? At the end of the day, any variation in price quote can affect whether or not you're going to get hired for the job. So you definitely need to have that in the back of your mind throughout the whole process. Once you've come up with this price quote, considering all these X factors, you need to confirm with your own costs and your income goals. Is this price viable in the long term? Is this a price that you can keep quoting and that will actually earn you money? So now we're going back to how to quote it. As I mentioned before, quote it as the client requests it, per word, per sentence, page, hour. So that means that if they wanted something for the whole project, now you figured out your price per word, well, count the number of words in the project, and there you have your price. Or the same per page. Per hour is a bit more tricky, but after you've done it a couple times, you can sort of figure out how much to charge per hour. Otherwise, once again, you can go to the forums and ask people, and you have people who give sort of calculations grosso modo to say, and they'll say, you know, if you can translate X number of words per hour, per minute, per day, what have you. I would recommend keeping in mind, however, that the first hour of work does not equal the fifth hour of work, right? You get more tired and things get slower as it continues. So if you're translating nonstop, you know, you can get a few hours in and see how it goes, but you know, don't calculate a full 8-hour day of going 100% translating all those words, because yeah, that's not how it works. Also because you need to revisit it and self-edit what you've done. So yeah, just bear all that in mind. But you'll find all those discussions in the forums. And as I mentioned, first you need to calculate, but now we have calculated, so we can get back to that. Now that you've made your calculation, you can provide the quote. And so you send the quote to the client. Here's some things you should keep in mind, however. For a first-time client, and I mentioned this before in other videos, you should ask for milestones. If a first-time client, especially if it's a big job, and they tell you, we need to translate, you know, 50,000 words, can you do it? Absolutely, you can do it, but maybe ask for milestones. And there are a couple reasons for this. First of all, it's for you. You don't want to translate 50,000 words and then find out that this client does not pay, or that they're a scammer, or that they don't have money, they have liquidity issues, or whatever it might be. But it also helps them, because they don't want 50,000 words from you and suddenly realize that you went off in a completely different direction, or you did something that they don't like, or what have you. So I recommend asking for milestones. When they say we have 50,000 words, you're like, that sounds great. Let me translate the first 500, send it to you, and that way you can check if it's good or not. And you pay me a milestone for that, and then we can continue after that. And that way they can check your work, and you can also get your milestone payment. And you just say this is standard practice for first-time clients or something like that. And they'll appreciate the professionality and the fact that they can review your work before they get the full 50,000 words. Keep in mind, if you're charging lower rates, a lot of people say, well, I'll charge lower rates at the beginning just to get the job, and that way I can keep going, I can raise my rates later. It's so unlikely to change, and I've seen this time and time and time again. It's not going to change with the same client. It almost never works that way. If you charge a client 6 cents a word, you can't come back 6 months later, a year later, 2 years later and say, okay, I'm raising my price per word. That just basically means they're not going to be a client anymore. And you need to be careful, because a lot of these clients, they do communicate with each other. They have umbrella groups. A lot of the PMs go from one company to the other. If you're known as a 6 cent a word translator, that's sort of what they expect. You'll be providing sort of lower quality than, you know, a 12 cents a word translator who will be providing the whole shebang. And so just keep this in mind. Charging lower rates is something you sort of get stuck in, and it becomes a downward spiral. So be very careful about that. Now, having said that, it is sort of possible if you want to raise rates. My recommendation is to do it with problem clients, because remember, you might lose them. So if you have clients that you don't like or really stressful, but they're still paying you, but they're not paying you that much, don't drop them right away. Try raising your rates with them and saying, look, you know, we can keep working, but I should let you know that my rates have changed, and take it or leave it. And if they decide not to take it, well, then you lost a problem client. So in a way, it's good. That's generally my recommendation. Anyway, I'm digressing a bit, but I thought I'd mention that. Also, remember minimum fees. So what do I mean by minimum fees? I mean that if they need you to translate 10 words and your price per word is, 8 cents, then you made 80 cents. On the other hand, it might not even be worth you opening up a document or invoicing them or something like that for 80 cents. And so I recommend having a minimum fee. People have minimum fees all over the place. It could be $10, $20, $50, what have you. And you can do a minimum fee per month. So if they give you 10 words to translate now, and next week they give you another 50 words, and the week after that they give you 20 words, you kind of just charge them $10 for the whole month, because you invoice them only once. And that way at least you get your minimum fee. But you can see, that might even be too much work for your minimum fee at that point, or maybe you want to raise your minimum fee. So just keep in mind that you can charge minimum fees, and keep in mind what you want it to be. Minimum fee per job, per month, per invoice, and what amount you want that minimum fee to be. And by the way the minimum fees usually work is that it's a minimum fee of $10. And obviously, if the charge per word goes above $10, then you start charging more as the word count goes up. And that's pretty much it. Hopefully you found this useful in terms of what to charge clients and all the different variations and ways there are. If there's anything I missed, feel free to let me know. Or if there's anything you disagree with, feel free to let me know. Otherwise, feel free to use this, and hopefully you can find it useful, and it'll give you an idea. And if you did find it useful, please don't forget to click like and subscribe and share it with all your good little friends and your worst enemies and everyone else. And otherwise, I'll talk to you next time. Okay, thanks. Bye. Savedum.